In this video, I'll be sharing what the medical team, the doctors, surgeons um, told us about my husband a few days after his accident. Um, we were told that, one, he had a very severe TBI and would go on to say what his life long term was going to look like for people like him. I forget who was talking, I just know professionals were in the room, as well as most of his family, parents, siblings, and some of mine. We were told that because of how severe his brain injury is, he would more than likely never go back to work again. My husband was working very hard at becoming a electrician. He was almost done with the 4 years apprenticeship. We were told he wasn't going to go back to work again due to his injuries, and that he would, one, either live in a nursing home for the rest of his life or have at-home nursing care for the rest of his life. All bummer, no good things. Having a spouse who is known for working very, very hard and very well, being told that he was going to be living in a nursing home and never going back to work again was absolutely devastating. They did have some positive. They have said that in the past they have had people as severe as he who come back 2 years later and are walking down their hallways and know exactly what room they're in, the room number, who took care of them, and remembers everybody's face. But we were also told that there are several people like him who struggle very heavily with memory. There is a possibility he would not remember friends and even family members. They were hopeful that he would remember significant people in his life, so like wife, kids, parents, those people, but like cousins might be a bit fuzzy for the memory. As far as his mental state, like if he were to have a mind of a child or was still had the mind of an adult, we did not know. We knew nothing. One of the things that they did say, which was very interesting, was them expressing that they are very surprised he is still here. They firmly believe it was a miracle. And one of the ladies even expressed that, I'm not particularly religious, but I strongly feel like he is here for a reason and somehow higher power is keeping him here. And I, of course, responded with, well, we're Christians, so we firmly believe that, God is, keeping him here for a reason. And we also strongly feel that he has put the right people at the right time, the right place. And that's why we feel like our husband is getting such great care, is because God has put the right people in his life at the right time. And she started to get a little teary-eyed, and she, like she said, she's not a religious person, but she still took that as a pretty high compliment. She had hopes that he was going to be one of those people that 2 years later come walking down their hallway, knowing everybody, and act like nothing happened. Now, of how severe his brain injury was, they gave us a time frame of how long it would take for his brain to heal. At the time, we were told 2 to 5 years for his brain to completely heal from the traumatic brain injury. But unfortunately, I think it was a year later, they did a repeat scan, and there was very slight healing and improvement. And at the time, we were told you're looking at more of 7 to 10 years now for his brain to completely heal. So going back to what we were originally told, they were very, very supportive. Of course, we asked questions, what does this look like? What do we need to do? When they left, of course, I wasn't looking at anybody. I was just kind of staring at my feet. And even though I wasn't looking at everyone, I could feel everyone's eyes were on me, wondering what I was going to do, what I was going to say. And one of my brothers was sitting next to me, and I remember him kind of scooching a little closer, and I was in complete shock and disbelief. Everything kind of came crashing down. All the dreams we had dreams of continuing to grow our family, whether that was me giving birth or adoption. Plans of paying off our house early and doing renovations. All those dreams were just gone. And all I could get out, and all that was on my mind at the time, was God's still good. And that's what I said out loud. And right after, I burst into tears. And I remember my brother reaching out to hold my hand, and everyone else kind of weeping as well. One of the things they also said was there was a chance that my husband's personality would be different, which would go with the, what his mind would be like and everything. And kudos to my mother-in-law, who tried to make light of such a horrible situation. I visited my husband in the ICU shortly after the meeting with her. We were both kind of, still crying a bit. And I remember her going up to my husband saying, "Well, we just been told that you might be different. So this should be interesting. We don't know what you're going to be like. Who knows? Maybe your favorite color now is pink. Maybe you like sushi. Maybe you don't like sushi." Just listing all these things and trying to be, funny about it. And which of course got me kind of laughing. And it was good because we needed desperately to laugh about something, whether it was about the situation or just a funny joke. And she was able to do that, and I still greatly appreciate that. But in the meantime, his legs were, he did go into surgery. He went into surgery twice. So they didn't want to put him into surgery and get both legs operated on because it might overwhelm him and give him a lot more pain. So what they did is one day they operated on one leg, and then the next day they did the other one. And that worked out pretty well because he was still able to remain stable and kind of maintain his pain tolerance and everything. So there's that. I'm not sure what I'll be sharing in my next video. Definitely more about, we did end up putting him in a nursing home that we couldn't see him for a few months due to COVID restrictions. And maybe that's what I'll share next, or I'll, I just share whatever I feel like needs to be shared. So in the meantime, thanks for sticking around. I know this is a long video, but do like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories, your thoughts. And do share this with someone that you feel might encourage or inspire them, or maybe you're in a similar situation like we are. And just know you are definitely not alone. You're not the only one who is suffering through this as well. And we'll see you in the next video.